And this is my last word review on the Acer Chromebook 14 in luxury gold. So here we have it. This is the Acer Chromebook 14. This is a luxury gold color. This looks real good. So let's take a look around the device. We have this nice luxury gold, they call it. This looks really good. Acer logo in a nice aluminum chrome looking, looks good. Chrome logo right up there, prominent at the top, looking good. This is a nice build. I never thought I would enjoy a golden laptop. This looks really good. You got the speakers towards the end at the bottom, but they don't seem like they're muffled at all. You're gonna enjoy these speakers. 4 feet, whole bunch of screws, so we could probably go inside of here and do some upgrades. So this is a very nice build. Let's take a look at the ports. You have an HDMI port, 2 USB Type 3.0 ports. You have your Kensington lock, and you also have your headphone jack. This is where you plug into charge, and you have a couple of lights to indicate what's going on. That's pretty hot. And as we get inside, you see this beautiful build. The gold continues inside. You have the nice soft keyboard, you have the black hinge, and you have this rubber that goes around to protect the device when you close it. That's really good. 2 hands to open up because the hinge is very tight, and that's good. The hinge is tight, and you want a hinge to be tight when you first have it. But the black, the little hints of black really adds to the look of the device. Looks good. So this is rocking a Intel Celeron processor with 4 gigs of RAM. Now, there's some claims that Acer is saying here that I had to put to the test. So we're going to start with the webcam. This webcam is, I would say, 480p or even VGA webcam. It is not good, but it is a what they call wide field viewing angle. It has a wide angle camera. It definitely does. So this is meant for business conferencing, you know, and stuff like that. So just in case you have a couple of people in that boardroom, everyone can be caught in that. So I would say the webcam is a pass because most webcams are not that great anyway. So this takes us into the screen. Acer is saying 1080p screen, and yes, it's a 1080p screen. Is it that one of those TFT type of panels? No, it's not. It has pretty good viewing angles. And what I mean by pretty good, they're not the greatest viewing angles. But there are problems with this screen. The screen look good. It gives a good color representation, but dim. This is a very low nit screen. The screen cannot get bright. It is a very dim screen. And yeah, you could tone it down and it's legible, but you're not going to use the screen like this. The screen is actually on. I could see what's going on, but it's so dark, the camera can't pick it up. And that was at about 40%. So you're going to have to keep the screen full brightness in order to enjoy this Chromebook. Unless you're really in a dark area, you could probably survive at about 70%. So the screen looked pretty good, but not enough nits. So you may have a problem with that. I think it's passable, but just barely. Now that takes us into the keyboard. The keyboard, really is a nice keyboard. Nice clicks, jump backs, feels nice and soft. It feels like a keyboard that you just want to continue typing on. It feels good. So the keyboard is definitely a plus. Now, this takes you to the trackpad. It's not a glass trackpad. It kind of feels that way at first, but it is I would say, a real soft plastic. It got a little feel to it, which I always like a trackpad with some feel. Now, you have your right and left clicks, but I could already feel that when you do that left click versus right click, in one day, I could already feel there's an issue. In a couple of days, a matter of fact, after the first day, I already felt that, you know what? The left side is lower than the right side. The right side actually is up a little bit. So the trackpad, this happens on most budget, mid-range computers. So I wouldn't say this is a definite fail. This is a big problem. It's just something to be wary about. I wouldn't be playing games with this trackpad. This probably won't be a durable for a very, very long time type of Chromebook, but the trackpad surely feels good. I'm not going to have no issues with it because I'm a person who likes to tap versus press. But the trackpad is a little suspect. Now, Acer is saying this is a all metal chassis, and I believe it. This chassis feels good, nice, sturdy, heavy. This feels very good. Now, is it too heavy? No, it's not too heavy, but for a 14-inch, you know you're going to have some weight on it. So it feels good. It feels more than mid-range. I would say it's a little bit past mid-range in the feel and the way everything is working together, except for the screen. The screen kind of brings it back down to I would say a low-end type of computer. They kind of missed the boat when it came to the screen. Now, battery life. Battery life is tainted at 12 hours. Yeah, if you can keep the screen at a good level, yeah, you could probably get those 12 hours. But it's unworkable. It's unworkable. You're going to keep this screen at about 70 if you're really in a dark area, or full brightness. If you keep it at full brightness, I would say you're going to get about maybe 8 hours of battery life, if that. And I'm talking about maybe a little bit of watching video, mostly web searching. So the 12 hours is definitely not going to happen with this Chromebook because you got to keep the screen at full brightness. So that takes us straight into the sound test. Let's go into the sound test of this Chromebook, and let's see one of the better features on this Chromebook is those speakers. So that's about at 50% volume. Let's turn it up a little bit. 75%. Mind you, there is no time to see your side view. I finally got the nerve to post a pic of Finley Grace. Thought I'd open up some more, give you a little taste. All right. Let's go to 100%. I know, you know, you scared your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. They won't be careful, but I guess that you don't know me. These are excellent speakers. The sound is clear, crisp, and pretty loud. Cause space is just a world made up by someone who's afraid to get too close. The speakers are impressive. So this brings us into gaming. Gaming on this device, I wouldn't recommend no hardcore gaming where you have to do a lot of pressing. Get an external mouse. But just a casual game, you got to be a little gentle on the trackpad, because the trackpad, you already seen, we got some issues. Other than that, you can play simple games real smooth without being forceful, and so I wouldn't let a kid use this device. So, in summary, the Acer Chromebook 14 is a businessman's device. This is a Chromebook for video conferencing. This is a Chromebook to get some work done. With the 4 gigs of RAM, the Acceleron processor, you have enough power with this device. Nice metal chassis. You're not showing up embarrassed when you show up at that board meeting with this device. It feels very good. It feels sturdy. It's classy. It's good looking. It's a nice big screen. Wide angle webcam, which I would say is at the lower quality. Great keyboard. Absolutely phenomenal keyboard. You got to be gentle with the trackpad. Your screen don't have enough nits. And your battery life, since you got to put on full brightness, won't be no 12 hours at all. I would say around maybe 6 to 8, especially if you're doing a lot of video. But other than that, this is a well-capable Chromebook. It looks good. Chromebooks are here to stay, and this one is. This looks pretty good. I definitely recommend it, but take in fact what I just said. There is some things that you're going to have to suffer with. So other than that, this is my review of the Acer Chromebook 14. We'll see you in the next one.